This is Boxing Talk 8576. This is my post-fight thoughts on the Brandon Rios versus Tim Bradley fight. Tim Bradley, to me, when he follows the game plan, he looks pretty good in the ring. He boxed. He was the ring general in the fight. He threw a lot of punches. He threw an array of punches. He was throwing uppercuts on the inside. He was throwing double and triple hooks. He was dropping some right hands, but his jab was the most dominant punch in the fight. I thought he was going to the body of Rios very, very well, and moving around, giving angles. So Tim Bradley to me looked, like Tim Bradley when he follows the game plan. I seen little subtle things. He was holding on the inside more than he usually does. That way, he was. I think he was. That was the game plan for him not to catch himself up in brawls on the inside with Brandon Rios. So he was, holding the inside, and he got into some exchanges with Brandon Rios throughout the fight, but not as much as he did with Provodnikov. When he got into that brawl with him. Brandon Rios is just he doesn't have foot speed. He's a kind of a flat-footed fighter. He's not slow, but he is slow compared to athletic fighters as far as Bradley. And he looked the same way against Pacquiao. He cannot, catch these fast-footed athletic fighters. If you put him in the ring with with somebody like Mike Alvarado, with foot speed's not that fast, Brandon Rios can catch up with him. But, Bradley dictated when they was going to exchange. If Bradley didn't come in the inside, Rios really wasn't going to touch him. Rios, I say he was cutting off the ring fairly good, but he could have did a little bit better. But I just think, it's just levels to boxing, man. He just couldn't catch up with Tim Bradley. He dropped Brandon Rios with a body shot twice in the 9th round. Tony Weeks called off the fight after the second knockdown. After the fight, Brandon Rios said he wanted to retire. I think Brandon Rios should go ahead and retire because, the guy always ballooned up in weight, and he had trouble in this fight making weight. So it's time for him to give it up because he's the type of fighter that will get hurt because he will have to keep moving up because he's not disciplined. And your worst enemy in boxing is that's one of your worst enemies, is not being disciplined. And if you're not disciplined, you will get hurt in the sport of boxing. You have to be disciplined. So Brandon Rios, emotions was going on. So maybe he'll take about a year off and then he'll get the itch to come back. But we'll see. Let me know what you think is next for Tim Bradley. I think I would love to see Tim Bradley, fight somebody like Kell Brook or Sean Porter or Keith Thurman. Fight one of those guys up in the upper echelons of the welterweight division. But let me know what you think. This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.